Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Give you guys just a minute to hop on. Sounds like the kids are super happy. All right, let me just set this up to public. There we go. All right. Make sure that that's working. And it's working. Perfect. Good morning. Happy Monday. There's no snow. Can't complain. Good morning, Matt. Yeah, so hopefully you guys had a good weekend. All of you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. To my mother, to my wife, happy Mother's Day again. Just in case you didn't hear me say it yesterday, I didn't do some big fancy post about it because, frankly, I don't have to. So for a lot of you, this might be your last week in quarantine before you get to go back to work. So make the most of it, because starting next week, you're going to be back doing your work thing. So, your schedule is going to go back to the way it was. So, a couple of tips that I would give you is take this opportunity to plan so that you can execute. Failure to plan is going to mean failure to execute. It's 100 times harder going back to work, being put back into that situation, getting back into that groove, and not having the little things taken care of. So make sure that you are set up, good morning, Mom, set up for success. If you position yourself to succeed, you're going to be a lot more likely to succeed. Hello, Eloy. FTZ123 from Twitch. So again, make sure that you plan out your week. Plan it out now. You got to get groceries, or you got them the other day. Good. Get your meal prep in. Figure out. Sit down, write out on a calendar or in iCal, whatever you use. I use iCalendar for everything, or Google Calendar. But sit down and go through all of that stuff now. Get your preparation in. Meal prep is done. I know what I'm doing. When I'm getting my workouts in, I have all of that stuff figured out. Put yourself, schedule out everything. If you want to spend 10 minutes reading, put it on your schedule, and then you will be a lot more likely to succeed, because then you're just following parts and pieces of your schedule day to day. And that kind of kicks us off on this week, which I said last week I was going to talk about discipline. And again, like I've said a couple weeks ago, with the discipline piece is, did you use this time in quarantine to further yourself or to let yourself go further behind? Unfortunately, I think a lot of people used this quarantine to set themselves, quote unquote, backwards from where they were when they left the gym. And on that note, it's easy to put the blame on everything else, on the situation, on all of this other stuff. But if you're going to take ownership of it, no matter whose fault it is, it's on you. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who controls everything in your own life. You can have kids, you can have a spouse, you can have all of the reasons in the world why you can't be successful, but at the end of the day, it is you who determines your success or your quote-unquote failures. So if you took this for a lot of people, someone counted the other day. I think like last Friday was like 53 days or something. So let's say 60 days to round it up, or 50 days to round it down. We'll say 50 days. So you took the last 50 days and you really slacked off on things. Okay, guess what? Today's a new day, tomorrow's a new day. So take advantage of the new opportunity that you have, because you're given another chance, given another opportunity to right what you've undone. So gyms aren't going to be opening anytime soon. Gyms probably won't be open until July. I think I was talking to Matt Spack, the owner over at Recovery Lounge, and there as of right now, or as of last week when we were talking about it, gyms are part of tier or phase 4, or whatever, I think it's phase 4, which is in July. So guess what? You can't use "I don't have a gym" as an excuse to not have like the progress that you're looking for or reach the goals that you're looking for, unless that goal is swimming. If your goal is to improve your swimming and you don't have a gym and you live in New York, you're not swimming outside yet. So, okay, you're probably not going to reach your swimming goals in the next 30 days. But that's not an excuse to not hit your cardiovascular goal, your strength training goals. You want something to pick up, come over to my house, pick up some rocks, pick up a 6x6 post. Like, you can find creative ways to get stronger and to maintain or improve your health and fitness without needing to be in a gym. The gym just makes that experience 100 times better. But you can still do it. So, your meal plan as well. Because the gym is closed, does that mean that you have to eat like an asshole every day of the week? No. Gives you a really good excuse. Oh, well, my gym's closed, like I can't do anything. Nope. This is the time where it's like, you know what, my gym is closed. I may not get the same quality of workout that I get at home. Up for a ride on Saturday? Of course I am. We'll talk about that in a second. My gym might not be open. I may not get the same quality. And I will be the first to tell you, doing CrossFit at home is going to be 112% less enjoyable than doing CrossFit during your regularly scheduled class, because you feed off of the other people, you have that environment, you have all of those pieces and parts. Same thing, going to Gold's Gym, or whatever they want to call themselves now, Elevate, is if you've been going there for 25 years, like most of those guys and girls over there, and you take Patrick's class, which you've taken for the last 25 years, or Lisa's spin class, you know what you're walking into. I'm not swearing, Mother. You know what you're walking into, and you know the type of workout that you're going to get. So when you attend that class, like, you're not going to get that same workout sitting in your basement, because you don't have that energy and excitement that you do when you're in those rooms. I get that, but that is no reason to eat cupcakes and pretzels every day of the week. That's more of a reason to pay attention to the foods that you consume every day, because you're not able to do it on the gym side. And you will never find this like 50-50 balance of, I can eat like garbage and I can work out really hard and I will still make that progress. It just doesn't happen. So this is where I go back to discipline. This, for a lot of you, if this is your last week and you're going to start going to work next week, it is time. Now is the time for you to really start to focus on, okay, I have to get all of my ducks in a row. I've got to get myself in a schedule. I'm going to start waking up this week. Instead of waking up at 7:55 to be able to tune into this at 8 o'clock, it's time to get back to that old schedule of getting up at 6, getting my workout in, getting my breakfast in, getting my shower on, and getting ready to get out the door. I don't have anywhere to go this week. Most of you want to sit there and say, I'll worry about it on Sunday. Okay, well, guess what? The reason that you're not further ahead is because someone else is doing that this week. Someone else was doing that last week. So if you want to procrastinate and you want to wait till the last minute to be able to get to that point, then you're already steps, days, weeks behind. So again, time is now to start preparing for next week. And then when you get into next week, you're not coming home being like, well, now I'm too exhausted to do that workout because I haven't been at work in the last 6 weeks, or I've been working from home and it was so much easier because it was lax. And, now there's all these new guidelines in place. Guess what? You knew that was coming. It's just that you want to put that ownership on someone else. So it's about taking ownership. So taking ownership. If I'm expecting a t-shirt delivery and I have an event next week and the t-shirts get delayed and the t-shirts don't come in, it's on me. It's 100% on me. It could be, quote unquote, the shipping company's fault that they were 4 days late on shipping, or the manufacturer's fault that they ran out of ink. But it is on me because I have to be the one to take ownership of that, because at the end of the day, it's my product, right? So taking ownership, and you can look at it from every aspect of life. Taking ownership of your nutrition, taking ownership of your family life, taking ownership of your fitness, it all goes back to you. So when you look at all of these parts and pieces, if I'm doing something and I'm relying on all of these other people and places to make it happen, then it's the likelihood of it failing is a lot higher. Versus if I can still delegate, that's not to say that you can't delegate that task. But if I say, Matt drives truck. So if Matt is supposed to deliver those t-shirts to me and Matt gets a flat tire, I could have predicted that, you know what, just in case Matt runs into an issue, I want them to get delivered on Tuesday instead of on Saturday. So that way I'm planning ahead. I'm planning for some of these inconsistencies that probably won't happen, but if they do happen, then I'm still covered, and I'm taking the ownership of, you know what, it's my fault that it's not my fault Matt got a flat tire, but it's my fault that I didn't plan for that. So that's what ownership is you are planning, like you're willing to take responsibility for something that may not be directly your fault, but has a direct effect on your outcomes. Okay, so today is about ownership and preparing for next week for a lot of you starting to go back to work. As we start to ramp back up into phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, however many we're going to have, it's time that you utilize this time when you are getting ready to go back to work to start getting back into that groove. Start it this week. Take responsibility of, you know what, I have to get up at 5 a.m. You don't have anywhere to go, but I promise you, you can get 100 times the amount of work done from 5 to 7 a.m. than when you sleep until 7 and then you wake up and then you've got kids and all of a sudden now you're tied up in all that end of the world. Now you didn't get that 10 minutes of reading done or 15 minutes of cardio. You can get up at 5 a.m., go for a walk, even if you can't leave your house because you got kids. Walk laps around your property. Your neighbors probably aren't up, so they're not going to see you, so who cares? And even if they are up, you're just making sure that, that the grass looks good. Doesn't matter. You're trying to get your movement in, and you're trying to start to get all of those ducks in a row so that next week you're ready to go. So again, take ownership of every situation you can, because that is what is going to help you to grow. I can blame the world for everything that has gone on during this quarantine. But at the end of the day, if my fitness doesn't improve, my health doesn't improve, my nutrition doesn't improve, it's not anyone's fault but my own. So I have to take that ownership. And once I take that ownership, then I can look within and I can say, what do I have to do to make sure that A, that doesn't happen again, or B, I'm better prepared for that in the future. So next time I order t-shirts from Matt and he's supposed to deliver them, I might know, you know what? Matt got a flat tire last time. That derailed my whole system. I'm going to plan ahead. I want those shirts to be here a week earlier. There you go. Again, it goes back to something I said in one of the first 2 weeks, which is when you fail, fail forward. So you're going to fail. That's where we grow. But when you do fail, you want to fail and move forward from it instead of, God, that was such a bad idea. I'm never doing that again. It's no, that was such a bad idea. Here's how I got to change that to make it a good idea. Okay, hope that makes sense. All right, we're at 8:15. That's it for today. I hope you guys have an awesome Monday. Looks like it's going to be a good day. I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not, but doesn't matter. Get outside, get some fresh air, enjoy the time that you have left before you have to go to work. We will be opening, that's going to be to be determined. My office will be opening probably limited hours at first, just mainly because of daycare, as well as I want to, instead of doing 30-minute sessions, I'm going to do 30-minute sessions, but I'm going to schedule everyone for 45 to ensure that we are able to clean and sanitize everything between appointments. But same thing with consultations. They'll be standard length, but there'll be 15 minutes added on at the end of everything. So once I have my updated business hours, I believe we're going to start, it'll start next week. And then, we'll be able to start seeing people in the office again. I don't know when Nicole's going to start doing massage again. I don't think they're able to yet. I will post on that as we know, but I will be able to start seeing people in the office because it's obviously no touch, where massage is not. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Enjoy this final week for those of you who are going back to work. And for those of you like Matt who have worked the entire time, thank you. And you have helped keep our economy sluggishly moving forward at the pace that it has. But hey, you know what? We're finally starting to see the light on the other side of this. So hopefully by Memorial Day, you guys are all able to celebrate and, enjoy a barbecue with some close family and friends. I doubt it'll be able to be a large party, but hopefully we'll be able to have fun with family and friends. Until tomorrow, have a great day.